Picture this. It's 1933, New York City, and a young man named Neville Goddard is desperately homesick. He wants to spend his Christmas holidays in Barbados with his family, but there's one massive problem. He's completely broke. No money for a ticket, no savings, and no way to make this dream a reality. So he goes to his mentor, an Ethiopian mystic named Abdullah, hoping for some practical advice, maybe a loan, a contact, something tangible. But Abdullah's response was anything but practical. He'd looked Neville straight in the eyes and said something that sounded absolutely insane. "You are in Barbados. Not let's figure out how to get you to Barbados. You are in Barbados." Neville thought his mentor had lost his mind, but Abdullah insisted. Live as if you're already there. Feel the Caribbean breeze. Smell the ocean air. Experience being with your family. Make it so real in your imagination that it becomes more real than your current circumstances. Now here's where it gets wild. After months of living with this assumption, something extraordinary happened. Neville's brother wrote him a letter explaining that for the first time, their entire family of 9 brothers and a sister would be united around the Christmas table. He said they had never all been together for Christmas since they were children, and this year everyone would be present except Neville. Inside that letter, a ticket to Barbados and $50 for expenses. His assumption had become his reality, and in that moment, Neville discovered the incredible power of the law of assumption. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how this same principle can transform your life, just like it transformed Neville's. The law of assumption was coined and extensively taught by Neville Goddard, and here's what it actually means. Whatever you assume to be true becomes your reality. Now, this isn't wishful thinking or positive psychology. This is something much deeper. It's what Neville called living in the end result. But what does that actually mean? Instead of hoping, wishing, or trying to attract what you want, you live from the assumption that you already are what you desire to be. Here's the key distinction. Reality doesn't conform to your desires. It conforms to your dominant assumptions about yourself. Your assumptions are the unseen foundation upon which your entire world is built. Neville used to illustrate this with a fascinating example. Picture 4 different people: a wealthy individual, a beggar, someone struggling financially, and a thief. What makes them different? Is it their circumstances? Or is it their luck? Maybe it's their background. But there is something that makes a much bigger difference, and it's this. What makes them different are the mental arrangements, the assumptions they hold about themselves and their place in the world. Think of it like magnetism. A piece of steel can be magnetized or demagnetized, but the substance remains the same. When the particles are arranged randomly, there's no magnetic effect. But when they're aligned in the same direction, you get a powerful magnet. The same principle applies to human consciousness. The wealthy person has arranged their mind around assumptions of abundance and prosperity. The beggar has organized their thoughts around dependency and need. The struggling individual operates from mental patterns of scarcity and limitation. The thief functions from assumptions that resources must be taken rather than received. These aren't different types of people. They're different arrangements of the same universal consciousness, the same fundamental substance, arranged in different patterns. Each of these individuals has constructed their reality through the specific arrangement of their assumptions. And here's what's mind-blowing. They're all operating under the same universal law. The law doesn't discriminate. It simply reflects back to you whatever mental arrangement you've accepted as true about yourself and your world. Your current reality, your relationships, your bank account, your health, your opportunities, all of it is a perfect mirror of the assumptions you've been holding, often unconsciously, about who you are and what's possible for you. But here's where it gets really interesting. And it's something most people completely miss about how this actually works in practice. Now, if assumptions are the foundation, then the phrase "I am" is the architect of your reality. Neville taught that "I am" is the name of God and the doorway to all creation. Every single thing that follows those two words, "I am," defines your state of being and manifests outward into your physical world. Think about it. When you say, "I am wealthy," you're not just making a statement, you're creating a blueprint. When you say, "I am always overlooked," you're not just expressing frustration, you're giving instructions to the universe about how to treat you. When you say, "I am lucky," "I am talented," "I am loved," these aren't just affirmations, they're creative declarations that shape your reality from the inside out. But here's where most people get tripped up. They're unconsciously using "I am" to reinforce exactly what they don't want. Picture someone who's always running late. They constantly say, "I'm always late, I'm so bad with time, I'm just not a punctual person." Compare that to someone who says, "I'm always on time, I have perfect timing, I'm someone who respects time." Or consider the difference between someone who says, "I'm so stupid, I never get things right, I'm just not smart enough," versus someone who declares, "I'm competent, confident, and capable of figuring things out." The person who assumes they're always late will find traffic, oversleeping, and unexpected delays. The person who assumes perfect timing will always seem to find green lights, efficient routes, and things flowing smoothly. Your "I am" statements aren't just describing your reality, they're creating it. Alright, so how do you actually put this into practice? How do you go from understanding this concept to transforming your life with it? Here's Neville Goddard's step-by-step process. Step 1. The first step is you must get crystal clear on your desired reality. And you can start this by asking yourself the following questions. Do you want a loving relationship, financial abundance, career success, perfect health, inner peace? Whatever it might be, don't be vague. Specificity gives your imagination something concrete to work with. Step 2. Ask yourself, if I already had this, how would I feel? Notice, I didn't say, how would I act or what would I do? How would you feel? If you were already successful, you might feel confident, free, grateful, and expansive. If you were in your ideal relationship, you might feel loved, secure, cherished, and complete. These feelings become your new assumption about yourself, and you must experience these feelings in the now. Step 3. During this step, you enter your desired state by using your imagination. Neville taught that imagination is God in action, and your job now is to do mental rehearsals. Visualize yourself living from your desired end state, but do it in first person. See through your own eyes. Feel through your own senses. As Neville Goddard says, nothing comes from without. All things come from within, from the subconscious. And the most powerful time to do this is right before sleep, when your conscious mind is quieting down and your subconscious is most receptive. Step 4. This is the most important step and where most people stumble, and it's being persistent in the feeling of your wish fulfilled. I understand this can be hard, as your 3D world may be telling you otherwise, but you must persist in the assumption that you are the person you desire to be right now. Not that it's coming, not that you hope it will happen, but that it already is. Now here's what you need to understand. Your life might not change instantly. Neville taught that persistence is absolutely key. Your current world is a delayed reflection of your past assumptions. Just like it takes time for a seed to become a tree, it takes time for new assumptions to fully manifest in your physical reality. But here's what will change immediately. You will change. Your energy, your confidence, your decisions, your presence, all of it starts shifting the moment you truly assume a new identity for yourself. When you master the law of assumption, everything shifts. You stop chasing and start embodying. You stop trying to attract what you want and start becoming what you are. You become magnetic to what you already are inside. Think about it. Confident people attract opportunities. Loving people attract love, and abundant people attract abundance. Not because they're trying to, but because they're radiating that energy from within. You stop wondering, when will it happen? And start knowing it already is. Neville's trip to Barbados wasn't a miracle. It was simply an alignment with the law of assumption. He assumed he was already there, and reality shifted to match his assumption. I've seen this work in countless ways. People who shifted their identity to, I am a successful artist, suddenly started getting commissioned for work they'd been trying to get for years. Individuals who changed from, I'm always broke, to, I live in abundance, began noticing opportunities everywhere, unexpected refunds, job offers, and gifts from friends. The shift isn't in what you do differently, although that changes too. The shift is in who you're being. And when you change who you are internally, the external world has no choice but to reflect that back to you. You're simply living from the truth of what you've assumed about yourself, and reality reorganizes itself around that assumption. So, here's what I want you to take away from this. You are what you assume. Right now, your entire reality is a perfect reflection of the assumptions you hold about yourself and your world. The beautiful thing is, you can change those assumptions starting today. You don't need permission. You don't need to wait for conditions to be perfect. You don't need anyone else to believe in you. Here's your challenge. Choose one I am statement and live from it for the next 7 days, and really commit to it. When doubt creeps in, return to your assumption. When old patterns show up, redirect to your new identity. Maybe it's, I am confident. Maybe it's, I am abundant. Maybe it's, I am worthy of love. Whatever resonates with you, whatever represents the life you want to live, choose it and assume it's already true. Remember what Abdullah said to Neville. You are in Barbados. You're not trying to get there. You're not hoping to get there someday. You are already there. It's a state of being you're choosing to live from right now, and I'd love to hear what assumption you're choosing. Drop a comment below and tell me, what's one I am statement you're committing to for the next week? And if this video opened up a new way of thinking for you, make sure to subscribe for more deep dives into consciousness, manifestation, and the incredible power of your mind. Remember, you're not your circumstances. You are your assumptions. Choose them wisely.